Broken 10 Synopsis. Here we go. Book 13. The first time. It was my turn. We switched positions. Neil wanted me to go down. I took a deep breath and opened my mouth wide. He didn't force it in. He slipped it in slowly, giving me time to adjust. I kissed, licked, and for the first time, I swallowed. I'd never done that with the black man. I wanted to show Neil I wasn't scared to take it all. He loved that about me. Wanting to please him sexually is at the top of my list. I knew that if I could please this white man, I could please any man. He was specific about what he wanted, and he knew how to communicate it to me before we got into the act. I lacked communication until Neil taught me how to express what I desired sexually. He said there was no sense in being intimate with someone not knowing what they liked. We talked about it within that 90 days waiting period, which caused me to become more curious about him sexually. I think at the time I wanted to break the waiting rule to see what the hell he was talking about. I was not disappointed in his performance. Neil was worth the wait. A black man didn't have nothing on him. I told Gina, girl, don't believe the hype. We laughed at the stereotypical points of views against Caucasian men, unless I was lucky enough to hit the jackpot. I took off Monday to spend the last day with Neil. We did it again. Sex game accomplished. He took me out for lunch before we parted. His energy shifted a bit. It usually did when it was time for him to leave. I guess he had to get refocused on flying. It wasn't a job to take lightly. Being responsible for over 100 souls on board would be enough to make anyone shift. I was grateful to share the past 3 days with Neil. He filled me up with passion, attention, and love. He sexed me until I was crazy enough to keep waiting for him. I had no intention of going anywhere. When I accepted him, I accepted his career and what goes with it. Long absences, stares from others because we were a black and white couple. I accepted our cultural differences. He made me feel accepted. I was independent when I met him, and he knew that. All the men I dated in the past were corrupt, political assholes pretending to be for the people, lining their pockets and sharing propaganda which only benefited them. Whatever it took to get what they wanted, they did without a thought for anyone else's well-being. I wasn't okay with that. I dealt with it so that I wouldn't be this successful black woman living alone. I don't know why they did it, but money is power, and they had plenty of it. Because I didn't agree with them and their dishonesty, our relationship ended. I wasn't about to be part of the problem. Although Neil wasn't a spiritual human being, he was a man. He was my man. He didn't talk about God often or a higher being. I wasn't sure if I believed in a supreme being or not. I think he was the type of person who had to see it to believe it. Neil wasn't an atheist, but he referred to God as the universe. And that was fine. However, he needed to say his name. I don't think Neil believed or feared God because he couldn't see him. Out of sight, out of mind was Neil's philosophy. I hope God doesn't get mad at me because Neil and I aren't equally yoked. I was sensitive and protective of Neil. No matter what he believed in, eventually he'll come around. So I'm going to stop there, and I will start the next synopsis, next video. Meanwhile, I'm author Sherrie Storey. Make sure that you pick up the book For Love or Money, or watch it on film on Amazon Prime Video. It is also on Fawson TV, and you can order the book on Amazon Bookstore or Kindle. Until next time, thank you for your time and attention, and I love you like a play cousin. Ciao.